My name's Kevin. In this video, I'm going to show you guys the NAN workflow that I use to find me Facebook deals and directly send them to my CRM passively without me ever having to look at a single Facebook post. So jumping right into it, this workflow runs on a scheduled trigger. So periodically, this workflow is going to run. It's going to scrape a bunch of the Facebook groups that I want to find deals in, parse out all those posts, merge them all into one node, and then feed all that to my AI agent where it's going to actually analyze my buy box and determine if these are deals for me or not. And then from there, just some light coding that pretty much parses out the response from the AI agent and puts it into a nice JSON schema format. From there, there's an if statement that if it's a deal, send it to my CRM or Google Sheets or send me a text, whatever really. And then if it's not, do nothing with it. So if I were to run this, we'll see that it's going to go to each group. Right now, it's got 6 groups, predominantly in Florida, because I want to find deals in Florida. And then it's going to scour the group and look for posts. It's returning, it's got 3, 6, 9, and then 12. So we got 12 items. Those 2 groups didn't return anything. And then now the AI agent is looking through these 12 posts and determining if it's a deal for me or not. From there, the code is now going to churn and apply a schema for it in JSON. And so if we look here, now we take a look at the output, I see that there were 2 true branches, meaning that these were deals. And so it says preferred deal, 4428 North Aztec Point, Hernando, Florida. And then it says it's bedrooms 3, bathrooms 2. None of this other information was actually in the post. And then it goes, hey, a keyword was detected, realtor. And then it gives you a summary. The property is being sold by Jenny Kennedy, a realtor with Ocala Realty World, blah, 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 blah. And then you got the post URL if you want to look at it yourself. And then there was also 10 non-deals. So it kind of failed the vibe check. So it actually didn't become a deal. And then these 2 items can then be sent to a Google Sheets or actually your CRM or an investor CRM. If you want to sell this workflow to an investor, you can tell them like, hey, this is going to scrape all Facebook groups and then it's going to shoot this directly to your CRM. So whether it's Podio, Go High Level, whatever, or even then you can actually get it to send you a text instead. So you can use a Twilio node that'll shoot this straight to your phone. It's like, hey, this is a deal that fits in your buy box. Here's the link, check it out. And then you can actually just take a look at it. So it saves you a lot of time instead of having to like scour all these Facebook groups. And so how does this work? So each of these HTTP nodes is using a rapid API scraper that does it. Is this one right here called Facebook Scraper. So if you're not familiar with Rapid API, sign up, it's free. And then when you get there, go to search and type in Facebook Scraper, and then you're going to see this one right here. It's going to be the first one. You're going to click on that, and then you are going to pull out your API key. It's going to be right in front of you, right on the screen. And then from there, we'll jump back to NAN, and you're going to want to do a generic auth type with a header auth, because in Rapid API, you are going to be sending your API key as a header parameter. And so you're going to do header auth, and then you're going to go to here. You're going to name it X Rapid API key, and then put your value here. And then once you're done, you're going to have the Rapid API header auth, and then you're going to do what group do you want. So right now I have this number. This number is generic to the group. And so when you go to Facebook and you search for a group, you're going to see at the top URL a number ID. Grab that ID and place it here. Now, the only downside to this is you can only scrape public groups. You can't scrape private groups. There really is no workaround for that right now, unless if you were to use like someone's cookies. But as of right now, this is only working on public groups. If we look at these 6 routes, they're all the exact same node. It's just calling out different value groups. From there, I actually split out the response, because if we look here, we see we have this one message. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath. And then we see one here that's like 17-acre lot. It's a lot. I'm not buying land. We have 3 posts, and then I want to filter that out. So now I have 3 items, and then I'm merging them all. So now we have 12 overall posts. And then from here, I have the AI agent that's going to analyze this post based on my buy box. And if we were to jump in here, I'll start with the system message, but it essentially is just telling the AI, how are you going to classify this deal? And it says, your job is to analyze Facebook posts, determine if they describe a property for sale. You must identify if the post is about real estate, because a lot of the times in these real estate groups, they're not. And then extract key details, property address, bedroom, bathroom count, square footage, repairs, ARV, asking price, things like that. And then you are going to classify the deal. And so this is where someone would put their buy box. So for me, the property needs to be at least a 3-2, 1,500 square feet or more, or mentions pool or any Airbnb related terms. And then mark that as a preferred deal. Not a preferred deal, then the property is for sale, but it just doesn't meet our specs. And then if the post doesn't seem to be a real estate deal at all, then just say it's unclear. And then I always wanted to output this specific JSON format just to keep everything consistent. I'm regurgitating the system prompt in the user prompt as well, telling it what my buy box is. And then I'm feeding it the JSON URL for the post URL and then the JSON message. So if we look here, of these 12 items, the message is the post content and then the URL is the link to that post. From there, it jumps to this code node because if we look, the output is a stringified JSON format and it's not actually, the schema isn't actually there. So if I were to take a look at the schema, it's just output. That's not really what I want. I want to have it nicely layered. This code does just that. And it actually tells you, does this pass your vibe check? False or true. And so for example, this first one is, does it pass? It's false. The property address is 701 June Lake. It gives you the asking price and it tells you it is summary. It's with a realtor. It's actually doing an open house. From there, we take a look at the if node where it's just going to say, hey, that pass filter that you had earlier, is it false or true? And if it's false, that means it didn't pass our buy box check. So do nothing with it. But if it's true, here's all the information for that and pass it along to our CRM. So if we take a look here, we see this one passed, true. And then it's giving me the summary, the post URL, and all the juicy details I would care for that post. And so then it goes ahead and passes it. Either you can send this to a Google Sheet, you can text yourself, or you can send this to your CRM or someone else's CRM. It's a really straightforward, easy to use NAN workflow. If you guys have any questions about it, feel free to drop a comment down below. Or if you want to grab this workflow for free, just grab it in the link within the description. See you guys.